Hello children, welcome back to my channel once again today. I'm here today with yet another story about a baby lion who is learning to roar. And guess what? Who is teaching him? We need to figure out. Come, let's see what's happening in this story.
Oh, I can see Papa Lion here and a baby lion here. Ah, Papa Lion is trying to teach something to the baby lion, I guess. Let's see what's happening in the story. Once upon a time, in a faraway jungle, there lived a Papa Lion and his son, a cute and cuddly little baby lion. Papa Lion loved him very much, just like your Papa do. But he was also very worried. The baby lion has still not learned to roar. For that matter, he could not even growl. Can you imagine baby lion not able to even growl? But yes, our baby lion was finding it very difficult to growl. One day, Papa Lion decided to appoint a tutor to teach his son how to roar. He asked Jackknife the jackal to be his son's tutor. The next morning, Mr. Jackknife bathed, shaved, dressed up smartly, and he came over to the lion's cave. The baby lion had never seen such an interesting tutor. Mr. Jackknife opened the lesson. "This is how to do it," he said. "Watch me." He turned towards the sky and whined, "Ooh!" And then the baby lion followed Mr. Jackknife. He turned towards the sky and what he did? Ooh! They both went proudly over to Papa Lion. Papa Lion asked his son, "What have you learned?" The baby lion turned towards the sky and said, "Ooh!" Papa Lion became furious. "You call that a roar?" he asked, and he roared angrily. Mr. Jackknife was terribly frightened and he ran away. Mr. Jackknife started running away. Next day, Papa Lion hired a new tutor, the elephant, Mr. Hop Hop. And Mr. Hop Hop was a very strict teacher. He put the baby lion on his back and took him to the riverside like us. I understand that all you do all day long is to roam around and chat with birds and butterflies, said Mr. Hop Hop very seriously, and that you come here to catch fish every day. And the baby lion said, "Oh, yes, sir, Mr. White the rabbit, and I enjoy it very much." The baby lion was delighted. He thought maybe they were now going to catch fish instead of studying. But Mr. Hop Hop said sternly, "All that is very well, but you must pay attention to your studies. I shall teach you how to roar." And then let's see how Mr. Hop Hop taught baby lion. Saint Longbeak the crane was standing in the river, meditating with his eyes closed, waiting for a fish to come by. He opened an eye and said, "Well, if you gentlemen are going to roar around here, you will scare away my fish." The baby lion began to laugh. "Silence," said Mr. Hop Hop. "We shall now begin our lesson. Now watch me carefully and repeat after me." Mr. Hop Hop lifted his trunk and said, "Ah!" The baby lion lifted his paws and said, "Ah!" "Very good," said Mr. Hop Hop. "You have now learned how to roar." But when in front of Papa Lion, the baby lion lifted his paws and roared, Papa Lion became very angry. "This is an elephant's roar," he shouted. "Lions do not roar like elephants." Then he chased Mr. Hop Hop away. Next day, Papa Lion hired Mr. Cool, the cat, as the new teacher. Mr. Cool first gulped down a glass of milk. Cup, 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 cup. He cleaned his whiskers carefully and twirling his tail, he said, "Meow." This is very interesting, the baby lion said to himself, quite pleased, and fun to learn. Later, Papa Lion asked his son, let's see, what have you learned? The baby lion drank a glass of milk, gulp, 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 clenched his whiskers, and twirled his tail proudly. Well, said Papa Lion impatiently, and Baby Lion said, guess what? Meow! And the Papa Lion got very furious. God save the jungle, he shouted. If that is a roar, then what is this? And Papa Lion roared. "Roar!" By the time he stopped roaring, Mr. Cool had disappeared. Perhaps I would better teach you myself. Now, let's see. Papa Lion roared again. Try to repeat, he told Baby Lion. The Baby Lion tried, but he just could not do it. All right, said Papa Lion. We will do it step by step. First, you deepen your voice and breathe and say row, and then say oh, and then say oh, roar. The Baby Lion said row, then he said oh, and then he said oh. The Baby Lion just could not do it. Disappointed and angry Papa Lion, he just walked away. He went away. The Baby Lion became very sad. He tried many times, but he was not able to roar. I will never do it, he thought, and he began to cry. His friends gathered around him. Do not worry, they said. You will learn eventually. Many days passed. One day, the Baby Lion was playing with his friends. Suddenly, they heard a noise. Bang, bang, bang! All his friends ran away. Run, 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 they cried to the Baby Lion. There are some hunters in the forest. They are here to kill animals. Run, 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 run. The Baby Lion began to run faster and faster. A hunter saw him and he began to run after him. The Baby Lion became scared and he ran even faster. Very fast, 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 Baby Lion started to run. The hunter took an aim at him and the bullet just went past the Baby Lion's head. He was so frightened that he suddenly let out a roar and he said, roar! The roar scared the hunter. He dropped his gun and he ran away. The Baby Lion could not move from his place. He was very surprised. Why? Because Baby Lion had learned to roar. So you all can practice to roar today. Thank you so much for listening to our story today. I will be back again with yet another interesting story. See you soon.